Hello everyone and welcome. I'm Andrew Can, and together we can game. Alice is innocent and we are here to prove it. So, we talked to you. I did see someone suspicious, you. We are here to go into the Lotus Forest and try to prove the innocence of Alice. Who are you? Who indeed? Poor Alice, soon to lose her head, and she's not guilty of a thing. Hey, if you know who the culprit is, tell us. The Cheshire Cat has all the answers, but doesn't always tell. The answer, the culprit, the cat, all lie in darkness. Wait! They've already left the forest. I won't tell which exit. There are 4 pieces of evidence in all. 3 are a cinch to find. The 4th is tricky, big reward if you find them all. Do we trust him? To trust or not to trust? I trust you'll decide. Again, going back to the journal gives you just a little bit more information of everyone. So Alice, you will see, a girl who fell down a rabbit hole. 1951, Queen of Hearts. You get a little bit more idea. She struck terror in our hearts. Alice in Wonderland. All of these come from Alice in Wonderland from the Disney universe. I love this one. Loyal servant of the Queen of Hearts. And Cheshire Cat, a mysterious grinning cat who talks in riddles and can appear and disappear at will. He loves to mislead and confuse. So, as we keep going through the journal, we will keep finding answers. So, we need 4 pieces of evidence. Well, technically you don't need all 4, but I'm just going to go ahead and recommend we collect all 4. It really isn't that difficult. Let's just take a couple of minutes. Alright, you two did pretty much everything. Good job, team. Although, I tried to attack. The team is really capable, especially now that we have them on the more balanced setting. Now here's something you might find interesting. These different colored flowers. Well, doesn't this look like the same color of a flame?
See ya.
If we examine, give me an ether. He's gonna ask for an item. Do we have an ether? That is the question. If we go into stock, we have a mega ether, but we don't have a standard ether. This is something you're gonna wanna keep in mind. Now the heartless are gonna need to be taken out. We have the soldiers and we have the shadows. Woo! We were able to avoid that, and good job, Donald got a max HP up. Always love seeing it. So, when you first head into the Lotus Forest, we're gonna go right ahead. We're gonna go straight, and then we're gonna take a right. We're gonna find exactly what we're looking for. Well, after we take out more Heartless, of course. Now, we do have the dodge roll. In order to activate it, you can just hit square. I haven't really been using it, but this is probably one of my favorite ways to go around. I actually think it might be a little bit faster than just walking. It does take you a little faster to destinations. That's something I always enjoy doing. You can get potions and other item drops like that. So, we have a defense up and we've learned Berserk. So what we can do is we can go here, go into our abilities, take a look at Berserk. Boost attack power when HP is critically low, combined with a weapon skill for more power. We can equip. We have 3 of the AP we need. So, we just need to take a right. Well, we've gone too far. The first piece of evidence is if you come through here and you take a right, look here. What is this? A trinity, I see. Going ahead and choosing the items. Now, wanted to fight a little bit so we can see some of the items we can get. Potion, ether, 10. Now, if you remember, it wanted an ether, but what is this? We've obtained footprints, our first piece of evidence, 1 of 4. If we examine, give me a potion. One thing you can do is go to your items. I have a potion ready. You can say to the flower, and watch what happens. Thanks. You get more items. You get a high potion, so there is a nice reward for doing so. Not all of them give you equal rewards. Be very aware. We also need to go into our items this way. So one thing you can do is if you want, you can, exchange from stock. You can take out. You can have them use some different kind of potions. Keep in mind, the more you do, the more that can change. So you might need some of these. So if we take and we go to stock and we go take out, we can use the ether, which we learned this one needs. We're gonna ask for the ether again. We're gonna go down to items. Let's go ahead and give the ether to the flower. Now, what is this? A camping set. Again, there is some benefit to doing that. So we have our first evidence piece, which is the footprints. And I do like seeing the flowers. Now, the next thing we need to do is we can jump up on these platforms. There is a platforming aspect to Kingdom Hearts. And there's also these Heartless. The Shadow Heartless, of course. Ooh. We'll go ahead and do this. Now we can try to jump over there, but it wouldn't be advised, at least not yet. But what is this in this bizarre room? So, from the bizarre room, we have another piece of evidence. We have the stench. We have gotten the footprints. And now we have the stench. Now, let's make our way back to the forest. We can do that by exactly the way we came. Notice how Donald's MP is a little low. There we are. Jump on that, as we know, can help heal HP and MP. So if you have a save point nearby, pretty much worth doing. And the flowers will reset, so just a little bit of information for your knowledge. Now we have a boulder. Can we push this? Well, what if we try to jump on these large mushrooms over here? And if we do that, we have the antenna. So we have 3 out of the 4, but we want that last one. Now, there is some method to this puzzle. This first yellow flower, I wanted to show off that here. We're going to go ahead and examine. If you give it a potion, it's going to make you bigger. Let's go ahead and give this potion to the flower. This puzzle can be a little tricky, but I got you. So, if we examine, unknown, boy, strike the stump. So, after you return to full size, jump on a stump near you. The stump we can jump on. See ya! You're going to want to do that. It's going to play into what we need to do. Now, we can whack this tree. So, we jumped on the stump. It'll raise the platform. We need to grab the seed. So, if we examine, we can make our way kind of through. Whee! Now, we can take the seed. This is going to return us. Once we take it and eat it, it's going to make us small again. This is a little nice of a puzzle. So, as we continue, we just made that taller. And we know that we can jump on the mushrooms here. What if instead of making that way, we just kept going on this path, huh? Now, in theory, we should be able to... well, that's why it's theory, not execution. Don't worry, we will get to all the items, I promise. So, we have this, and now we can go over here, and we can go into the bazaar room again. And you want to be careful, because where are we? We're on a faucet head. So we're in the bazaar room. We need to make sure that we do not... we don't have any issue. The stuff we need to get is over there. Now, Donald, you're not helping. I don't want to fall off and not get the item we need. And I have to push off Donald. Goofy, don't cause me problems. Sometimes the camera angle is not where you need it. So you're going to have to try to reset. Alright, we can do this. I don't want to have to do this again. Oh, why? I was pressing it. We'll meet back. Alright, we made it that time. Just needed to jump off the faucet, and now we have the claw marks. Cheshire Cat is here. Well, look what you found. Nice going. Now, we can save Alice. Don't be so sure. She may be innocent, but what about you? What do you mean? I won't tell, but I'll give you something. Attain the power of ice. Learn magic spell Blizzard. We now have a new spell.
Deep freeze.
Blizzard, or as Sora says, deep freeze. Now we had those fire enemies. Now we have something new. We go into the journal. We go into the chronicles. Wonderland. You can see what happens as we keep going. Some of you said that you don't check the journal as much as I do. That's interesting to me. I always love checking the journal. And I will be checking it through the LP. I'll find ways to make it natural, of course. Just wanted to show off the usefulness of it. So, I would advise, if you haven't already, maybe you want to save here. Might make sense, especially if you're not prepared for what's ahead. That being said, let's go ahead and move forward. Before we do that, we can still explore the Lotus Forest just a little bit more. We do have all the evidence. The reward for doing that is the spell. But there's some more stuff we can do here that I want to gather really quick before we leave. So, you might be wondering, how do I get over there? Well, remember when we became big, that potion? This comes back into play. Now, we can jump over here and get to this treasure chest. We found Dalmatian's puppies 16, 17, and 18. This is part of what we will be doing. We can examine this again if we desire. I don't really desire to do so at this point in time, but it is there as an option if you would very much like to. Now, we know that when we became big, we were able to do this, but what about what's over here? What? Oh. I was a little confused there. I was like, what are you doing there, Goofy? I see it now. I was a little lost though. So if we look at what it needs, give you a potion, I'll make you bigger. Well, we don't have one just yet. Gonna need to go into our items and go into the stock. Also, it's probably good that we go ahead and do this anyway. We will need these. Flour. So even though we are big and you might think we've done everything we need to, well, what happens if we move the tree? Because there's something you can do. You can take, and then you can move the tree back. So let's go ahead and do that. So we've taken it and we've moved the tree back. Again, I promise everyone this has a purpose. So by doing that, notice how the leaves have changed. Well, branches technically, I guess. I guess branches is fair. So now, you can kind of do that. Not one-to-one, but something to consider. You can also get there from here and jump this way. Open. We have a Scan G. It's a gummy ship part. I do know that some people do not enjoy getting the gummy ship parts. They much rather have something that they find more useful. Again, I get it. If you're not a fan of the gummy ship, it's not going to make you feel better to just get the parts. But I was curious to see some of the answers. Some of them genuinely surprised me. So thank you guys for inputting in the comments. I always do my best to read them, and I do appreciate them all the same. But with that, we did pretty good here. I'd say anyway. Don't worry. Especially in these other sections, we can always explore and get to them. But first, what I want to do, we need to go and put this evidence on trial. If we look around, we should be able to talk to the queen once we have enough evidence. I think we actually have to do it from here. Can't remember exactly. It might need to be from over here as well. We do have all the evidence. How dare you stand there? Are you ready to present your evidence before the queen? Yes, not yet. Again, we have all evidence, so we're going to go ahead and do so. Council, step up to the podium. Now, show me what you have found. Well, that's certainly a lot of evidence, but I'm still not impressed. Cards, bring forth my evidence. We have one additional box. Again, you don't need all evidence, but the more evidence you have, it'll be better, because checking all 5 would only be a waste of time. All right, then choose one you wish to present. I'll decide who's guilty based on that evidence. What? After all that trouble of collecting it, you dare object? Then you will lose your head. Now choose one box. Again, your odds are either 1 in 5 of getting the wrong thing, or You have 4 chances, so let's go with, I guess we'll go with right in front of you. Are you certain? No second chances? I'm sure. Now, we shall see who the real culprit is. What in the world was that? There's your evidence. Alice is innocent. Silence! I am the lawmaker here. Article 29. Anyone who defies the Queen is guilty. That's crazy. Seize them at once. Cards, if you touch them off of their heads, you can actually attack the Queen. That's something that I didn't know until later on, and I thought that's funny. You can actually attack the Queen. You can attack the cards. However, they will not be pretty much defeated. They'll just be flattened like that. They are taken out in that way. The actual target here are probably the cards defending the tower, because if you fight the tower, you can actually handle this. Now, admittedly, I wasn't the smartest kid. I did not know when I was younger that you needed to focus on this. I kept just bringing out the cards, not knowing any better. Now you'll hear she's saying to get us. This is where I usually just take her. She takes 1 hit, and, you know, for all the talk she does, she's easily easily handled with 1 attack. Why you? Again, it's just cool. Now, what we really need to do is take this and defeat it. 100 experience for taking out the tower. She must have gotten kidnapped while we were fighting. You fools! Find the one who's behind this. I don't care how. So the card soldiers and the Queen. What a fun little fight. I really do enjoy it. I like the 100 experience you get. And I do think that, you know, it shows a cool sides process of how the justice works in Wonderland. If we talk, I just stepped away for a moment and the Queen is furious. We must find Alice quickly. If we don't find her, it'll mean all of our heads. I might be the next one to stand trial. I just stepped away for a moment. All right, we're back there. If we talk to the Queen again, quit dawdling. You're not hiding anything from me, are you? Find Alice or else. And of course, goes back to it. White Rabbit, what do you have to say? The Queen has spoken. Find Alice at once. Court is in recess until the girl is found. So we were pretty much attacked by the card soldiers. Let's go back to the Lowe's Forest. Have you seen Alice? Alice, no. Shadows, yes. Where did they go? This way, that way, doesn't matter. Left, right, up, down, all mixed up thanks to the shadows. Step deeper into the forest, to the deserted garden. You might find shadows in the upside down room. Oh, Cheshire Cat, you never cease to amaze me, and we have a new enemy type. The big Heartless. Ooh, technically the large body Heartless, but their attack style is a slight bit different than the standard Heartless. You want to attack from behind because that is where its weak point is. Give 7 experience over the 3 of the soldiers and the 1 of the shadow. They also can drop more money. Now, we haven't really shown the use of magic, but as you can see there, it does really good, especially the blizzard in crowd control. Now, this rock wasn't here before. And hint of what we need to do. Once we have that, the boulder we saw earlier, well, what happened to that? A similar thing can be happened. You'll get tech points for taking out the fire enemies with the correct spell. Again, another nice little bit of information. So you'll notice that the deep freeze does more than just take out normal enemies. It's a very powerful spell, but you don't want to overuse it, especially. MP is precious. But as you can see, we gained a good amount of experience. We got to level up. All in all, really good. Now, I just said don't want to abuse it, but if we're going to get tech points, it is worth using. Now, they don't have the most health, but what they do have, we can at least try to get the MP from them, and tech points are worth it. I love doing that. Let me know, do you like using the tech point system? What are your thoughts on it? Interesting heal time there, Donald. I thought you were fine, but, you know, I will not sit there and tell you what to do. Now, one thing I admittedly am bad at, and let me know if you ever suffer from this. Sometimes I don't use the items they give me because I'm like, oh, I might need it later, and I never use them. This is a case in point time for me. I'm actually going to go ahead and do something I usually never do, but it is worth it. So you can restore all HP and 3 MP. Tent will just restore HP. Cottage will do fully restore on both. We're given a camping set. Let's use it. We have restored HP and MP. There we are. Let's go to the party garden. This doesn't look like a party at all. What does the sign say? A very merry on birthday. Sit down to get your present. A very merry on birthday. Sit down to get your present. It's just going to keep kind of cycling through those two options. Although you'll see some stuff up there, so we need to sit down. I guess it's time to sit. It's a trap! Ooh, nice one, Donald. Donald really took our thunder there. I was like, let's fight, and then Donald's like, no, I know what to do. Look at them. Don't need to attack just yet. It was a very merry on birthday. We try to go into the house. What happens? They're hiding somewhere. And those mommer-mouths outgrab. Want to find the shadows? Try turning on the light. So that is a hint. He does give hints. And we looked at the room before. So this is why it's very important not to use all your MP. If you use it all too early, you may not be able to use it when you need it. And again, there are other attacks, right? So even if we do want to use some magic, try using just the fire. It can come in handy. Well, as I say, and I need to be careful not using my magic too much. Whew. Want to wait until there's an opportunity. While the large body Heartless is not allowing us to go here, I'll take out you and take just the moment to take some free experience. Of course, arguably I could maybe use Blizzard instead. Again, the tech point does make it worth it, and it was able to attack that Heartless. And it does give some MP orbs, so we go ahead up here now. What damage to be done, huh? Can't get up there that way. You can also jump from here.
See ya.
He said the darkness. So if we touch, we can see how the room comes back. It's too dim. Make it brighter. What next? One more lamp. You need more light. And if we touch, we have more light. All the lights are on. You'll see the shadows soon. They'll rise in this room, but somewhere else. The shadows might go after that doorknob too. Well, they did say he is quite cunning and talks in riddles, so far both are true. Now, we want to just be a little, you know, uncomfortable. I always like doing that. It's not the most comfortable, but it is something to think of. Queen's Castle, away there. Can we do other stuff here? Well, kind of. Let's go to the Queen's Castle. So, if you come here, what is this? Thundera G. Go ahead and see the other side of this castle. Well, we can do this. We can also go back to the forest. We don't want to just go ahead and make our way out just yet. Actually, you know what? I think we're going to go ahead and just go this way anyway. Let's see what the Cheshire Cat had to say. You'll have a better view from up here. I don't know how much we trust this cat. Considering. Hey, look, the flower we made larger. You definitely want to do that. But why would it be giving us items? Potions, mithril shards. Go into your items. This is the fight. The fight's coming. I'm not even gonna play coy. Let's go ahead and make sure that Donald and Goofy have an item each. So we can give them, I'll go ahead and give you a high potion. Donald and Goofy, you have an item. So in case you need it, now you know. A plant is there to help. We can talk to the Cheshire Cat again. The shadow should be here soon. Are you prepared for the worst? If not, too bad. We have the Trick Master. One of the good things you can do is you can jump off the table and attack him. As you can see, he is a boss. We have already fought our first boss in guard armor. One thing you're going to want to do is get him close to the table so that you can take out. You can also use some magic. You also saw what happens if he attacks too good. Now, whew, the closer he gets, the more you can do. If you attack him like that, you can wail on him like we're doing now. So once he is back up, you're going to want to try to get him closer to the table again. You can also use the chair here for the same kind of need. He's going to go ahead and perform. Trick Master is definitely an interesting boss. I do like his recoloring here. Again, final mix changes some stuff. So let's go ahead. He's going to be taken out for just a little bit more. Rinse and repeat. Of course, once we get more attacks, this can become a lot easier later on. He's dropping health. You can see the health. And if you remember, we have an ability on Goofy to where he can jump up. This is exactly the reason. You want to make sure you're looking at the abilities. Now, Donald, I would prefer if you use a little bit more magic, but I know why you're not. You're going to use that table and keep jumping this way. Gonna lock on only when need be. Although the chair is gone. He's caught on to our trick. Thank you, Goofy, for the thinking fast. Goofy is doing a good job for us. As he goes lower to get us, we are gonna get him. Again, taking him out as we go. Gonna wait for those opportunities.
Fire! Fire!
Let's go. You can fire continuously like that, but again, doing so does have consequences. You don't need the chair to jump on the table. It's just easier if you do. Now, I love this. He's using the actual objects in the house very wisely. Thank you, Goofy, for doing that. Now, if I can time this right. Oh, he's taking out the chair. I was gonna say you can do some cool stuff there, but luckily he's going too low. Donald is able to get a hit in as well. As he comes by and attacks, it is something to keep in mind. You can go ahead, I'll go ahead and heal Donald, get him back up, and Goofy, both of them are down for the count.
Goofy!
A unique opportunity for us to do some damage, although you could take him out without them. Speaking of unique opportunity to do damage, I'm going to go ahead and heal. Did recommend having them. We only have the chair now. There we go. Nicely handling the situation, I think. Thank you, Donald. Although you are low on health, be careful. You as well, Goofy. They can pick up the health orbs, although don't know why they haven't. Although it seems like it might just be me and Donald having to take out the boss here.
See ya!
I think we can handle this solo, although this isn't the ideal scenario. Come on. We can dodge roll out of the way. Haven't really been using that in the fight, but it is a way if you don't want to quickly deal with it, you can. So he will sweep. As he sweeps, this is when you attack. Come on. As you'll notice, as he attacks, he's going to jump up. He's going to go lower. Come on, Trick Master. I got you. You can also... Whoop, let's be careful.
Here.
You can also take him out. And eventually, Donald and Goofy will be coming back into action. You just basically need to stall out for time.
Come on.
Now, Donald might take a little bit longer to come back, but it's based on the order they came out or went out in the first place. Obtained Ifrit's horn.
What a racket. How's a doorknob to get any sleep?
What was that? You hear that? Sounded like something closed. This gummy ain't like the others. No, sir. Okay, I'll hold on to it. Navi G piece. Splendid, you're quite the hero. If you're looking for Alice, she's not here. She's gone, off of the shadows into the darkness. No. Let's go back to our gummy ship. We might find her in another world. We've got to go to a save point to return to our ship. So we could go here, or we can see what happened now that Alice is gone. We can go through these doors all again to the bazaar room. We will need to go ahead and drink to be smaller again, but now that we kind of know how this world works, there's some more stuff we can do here. Let's drink this. And how can we do some stuff in this room? Is there any way that we can make changes? That's stuff you want to look out for. There's some door we learned as we went around that things can change. We go back to this plant. Will anything happen? What about the fire? Is there stuff we can do here? These items all have their importance, so keep that in mind. We go back to the Queen's Castle. There's also this save point. What does the Queen have to say? Does she know? You still haven't found a new suspect, Slowpoke. Yeah, not much help there, Queen. But there's a save point here, and that's going to be it for this episode. It's going to be it for today. Let me know, what do you think about the Trick Master? Sorry about Donald not getting everything he could there, but we did our best. Thanks, Goofy really came in clutch. That's going to be it. Thank you all so much for watching. I'm Andrew Can. Together we can game, and I hope you have a great day.